Hi guys, Andy here again from Mad Lad Designs with the final mission of Star Trek The Dice Game. We've fought off raiders, we've had transporter malfunctions, we've even battled the Klingons. But now we're on to our last mission. Let's see if we can do this. And throughout this episode I will give you some interesting facts about Star Trek, the old series, with Kirk and Bones. So keep an eye out for those. But we are going to go straight on with the tracker and we're going to activate our M actions. And one of them is draw an event. So let's see what we have. Love interest. Immediately move one active crew dice to quarters. If all crew dice in quarters, move one to sick bay. Well, we have another one now who's also in sick bay. I think the last one was due to a love interest. I'm not sure. Right, so now we move on to deployment. And I will place these out. In fact, I'm going to re-roll them because I've just knocked this and they've all gone again. They all change faces. Just goes to show, don't knock your dice towers or your whatever you're rolling in. So I'll place this down gently and I'll place these ones out. Okay, so all the crew members are now out and I am going to use straight away one medical to heal our two crew members. Then I think I will use a security to get rid of the threat. And then I will use the two engineering to travel. So I have two commands and a medical. I forgot about this again. So that security threat that I had, I could have put it into quarters, so I will undo what I did because I used that to get rid of one of them. But of course this goes straight into the quarters, leaving me a security which doesn't mean anything. I can't do anything with it. What can I do though? I might just try for this one. The clear sensors action clears two threats. So one security will clear two threats. I might try for that one. So I'm going to use the two command to get two science. I'll place them on there. Right, so I think that is all I can do. Yes it is, so we go to cleanup. Return the crew dice to quarters. Well, there's no crew to return to quarters, they're already there. Discard completed missions. You've done the first part of the mission. Discard completed events. Well, we have no events, thankfully. And then claim completed developments. Well, we're a third of the way through that development, so we can't claim that. So we go back round. Activating our M actions. Explosive decompression. One active crew dice to sick bay. Okay, so one active crew dice to sick bay. We're still in the M phase, so we get a damage to the hull. So I don't think we've damaged the hull yet. I'm not sure. So we bypass the shields and it goes straight to the hull. And if we want to repair the hull, remember, I need 2 engineering to repair 1 hull, not just the one. Oh dear. Okay, so every M action we're going to damage 1 hull. So we move on now to deployment. That's what we have, and that's what we will put out. So there we are, everything is out, and due to our long range sensors, we can get rid of this first threat. So what can we do now? We need a science, a medical and an engineering, because I want to get rid of this because I don't want to get hull damage. It's going to take 2 engineering to repair every time. So 1 science, 1 engineering, use 1 command to change this into a medical. We will use this command to change this into a science and put it up there. Okay, so that is deployment. I don't think I've got anything else I can do. No, I haven't got anything else. Moving on to the cleanup. Return all crew to quarters. They're already there. Discard completed missions. Well, I haven't done anything for this part of the mission. Discard completed events. Yes. I certainly want to get rid of that as quick as possible. Right. And then discard, claim completed developments. So at least we can keep our threats in check. That goes down there. That's it. Moving on to the next turn. Okay, so we're going to grab an event. Shields down. Shields cannot be raised. So do the shields go down to 0 now? Or are they just left as they are? I'm going to just leave them as they are, I think. Yeah. And then only when I complete this card can I then raise the shields. Okay. Moving on to the development phase. That's what we've rolled, and I'll put those out. Okay, so those are now out, and due to our long range sensors, we can put one of these threats back in the quarters. And I am not going to use this as yet. I think I'll just leave that threat there for now. So what can we do? Okay, we need... Oh, another thing I forgot. I always seem to forget. Is the development. So we need 2 science to complete this section of our mission. We have no science, however we have 2 command, and we're going to take those 2 command to change these 2 into science. Then I'm going to use 1 engineering on here. So I haven't, and I'm going to use the medical to get the person from sickbay. So we have 1 engineering. There's nothing I really want to do with that. No, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, return crew to quarters. Discard completed missions. Claim completed developments. We have none, obviously. Discard completed events. Well, we've only made a start on that one, so that stays as it is. And we move round to the next turn. Activate our M actions where we draw an event. Oh, didn't we just draw that one? Yes, we did, and it's on the top there. So again, an active crew goes to sick bay. And we're going to take another hull damage. Okay, right, it seems on this final mission quite a few of our crew members are getting sick. So we're going to move on to deployment. And I will place those out. Okay, so I am going to do this one. I'm going to draw an event card. I'm still in my deployment phase, and so I can put the dice out first if I want. I'm going to draw an event. Station offline. Roll a crew dice. Place a token on a corresponding crew station, and that station is blocked. Okay, so we will roll. Right. Now it's full up, so I'm assuming I'm going to place a token onto the card. Is that correct? Is that what I'm going to do? Because the command stations are fully booked up, so I cannot place a token down. So what would happen there? If I rolled this and it was a command, but the stations were all the crew members were at the stations, what would happen? So if any of you guys know there what would happen with the token, would I just discard this because all stations are full? Or would I need to remove a die and then put a token there instead? What would happen? But in this instance, because I have this card which stands in for a station, I'm going to put the token on this card. And then a token on this card. Right, it's time to deploy the crew members. Well, I'm going to use one medical to get that one from sickbay back. I am going to use the 2 command to change the 2 medical into 2 science. Put on that event card for the shields. I might as well use the security to get rid of the threat while I can. And I have 1 engineering, and I think I will put the engineering on this explosive decompression. That's what I will do. So all crew members have been deployed. Next we go to the cleanup. No crew to return to quarters. Discard completed missions. Well, we've done the event, so we move on to the last part of the mission. Discard completed events. We can put our shields up. Claim completed developments. Well, we don't have any to claim. Right, so we are going to move on to the next turn. Was that on 7? I can't remember. I can't remember whether it was on 7 or 6. So yeah, deplete crystal reserves. Skip the refresh mission. Activate M actions. Well, we have 2. We have 1 hull damage down here on this card here. and we have drawn event. Alien entity. Place the first security from roll call each turn to this card. Okay, and inflict 1 damage per security. So this M action, we're still in the M actions. However, we don't have any dice on here, so that's not going to take effect until the dice become on there. I don't think it's going to matter though, because I'm going to put this here. And we're going to go on to deployment. And this is our last part of our last mission. Development, draw 1 card. Which means you go there like so, and then we're gonna roll our die. It doesn't really matter, but I will put these out. So our crew members are out and ready for action. I'm going to place one of these due to my long range sensors. One of these are going to go back into the quarters. And due to my boosted sensors, I'm going to use 1 security to get rid of 2 threats. Okay, then I will, oops, one thing I forgot to do is place the security on here. Right, then I am going to use these 2 commands to change these. Actually, I'm going to use 1 command because I want to do this one. We have a science already. Science will go there. Engineering I already had on. And I'm going to use 1 command to change the security into a medical. Like so. We have 1 command left. Nothing we can do with that. So we'll move up to the cleanup phase. Return dice crew to quarters. Discard completed missions. And it's at this point I'm assuming that we have completed the game. Once you discard your last mission, your 5th mission, the game's won. So this is my first game I've actually won. Would you believe it? All 5 missions. There you go. So we had a top secret diplomatic mission. We protected an outpost. Then we established first contact. Then we defended colonists. And then we mapped the last of the quadrant. That is Star Trek the Dice Game, and that is how you play. I know I've made many mistakes, and thanks for you guys for sticking with me. So once you've completed 5 missions and it says discard completed missions, then I'm assuming, hopefully, you've won the game. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was quite a long series of videos, but it just shows you how the game is played and the sort of things you can do. And I will be back shortly with another playthrough of whichever game I want to play. So until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking with me, thanks for subscribing, and I will catch you guys later.